This is the log splitter. As you can see, it stands vertical and it comes with the pump down here, and you've got to connect the hoses up to the pump and fill the reservoir up with water. You want to come in a bit here. This is the reservoir in here. Water, oil, hydraulic oil. So you take this off. I used over there, there's a, look over there, there's a container with the little oil pump on it. So that fits a 20 litre container. You pull the nozzle out, put it in there. It takes, I think, took roughly about 20 litres of oil, as long as it's high enough to be able to pump the oil out into the pump here and circulate it around. The way I did it is to hook it up to the 3-point linkage first when it was on the pallet down. Pallet's a bit rubbish, but you can put your fork under here. But what I did is put it down, then I hooked it up to the 3-point linkage, then lifted it, cut the straps and ties, lifted it up, pulled it out and sat it down here. Once it's sat down here, then you can connect it up fairly easily. These, in the illustrations, these come out horizontal, and in the illustrations they come through here into the positions here and here, but all of these hoses all came pre-assembled, so the only hoses I had to connect with the inlet and outlet to the pump. And then I strapped the pump onto here with these D-shackles. If you want to come right in place here, look at what I did there. I strapped them on with the D-shackles there, down to there, so that the pump doesn't rotate, so it's nice and firm. And then did these up nice and, snug these up nice and tight. But when you first turn the PTO on from the tractor, this pump is empty, there's no oil in it. So what happens is as the pump rotates, it starts to pull the oil through the pipes and fill everything up with oil, and it basically self-bleeds. So there was no bleeding that was required. Self-bleeds, and the return from the pump is back in. That goes into the pump, that's the return in there. I think, yeah, that must be the return, I think, from the pump. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's the return from the valve. Yeah, that's the return from the valve. It pumps from there through to there, back into here, and that's the output of the pump, goes into the valve, and it switches between the upper and the lower. And when it goes into the upper, it pushes it down. When it goes into the lower, it pulls it back up. So I'll just show you in action. Splitting it seems a bit fine. Just start the tractor up, and the PTO is off at the moment, so I'll put the PTO on. PTO's on 540, you should see it rotated down here. There's a little ring there with ball bearings in it to hold it onto the PTO. And you can see it stopping the pump rotating. Oh, you can see the arrow there of the direction of the fluid. So yeah, just come back and let's have a look here. My old log splitter, when it reached its full extent, it would automatically, when it came back up and reached the back, it would automatically switch off the valve. This one doesn't, so it's got to make sure you switch it off manually. But yeah, you can see it works perfectly fine. Hardly skips a beat. It's fairly slow. But I think that's deliberate. keep your hands away from the moving mechanism at all times. That's why my hands are intact. I follow that rule religiously. But once it gets up to the top, you just switch it off manually, and that's it. In the semis, that's up in your set.